We're now joined by Joachim Bitterlich, former German ambassador to NATO and former European diplomatic and security advisor to German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. Thank you for joining us for this conversation. Let me begin by asking that Trump says under his presidency, US will fundamentally rethink NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. So do you see a possibility in change in the NATO ties?
I think Trump was right from the beginning to tell to the Europeans that they have to take over a larger part of a burden of defense. I think the right percentage I have in mind is about 3% GDP for each and every one, a minima under the given conditions. And I think the Europeans will follow insofar Trump. What the Europeans do not hope is a larger withdrawal of the Americans from the European defense scene, because they are not prepared at that situation. Perhaps in 5 years, but for the moment, no. And therefore, the Europeans hope for an understanding debate with Donald Trump and a solution taken by both sides in agreement. That's the key.
Now, taking that forward, Trump vows to end the war in Ukraine. And how will Trump achieve a durable peace that preserves Ukrainian sovereignty? What can you tell us about that?
Well, foreign policy has not been in the foreground of Trump's election campaign about the whole debate in the US. They have been discussing about two subjects, jobs and inflation, and on the other hand, control of migration policies. Foreign policy is the number 3 subject, and the first one for Donald Trump will remain China. I think this will be his first and overall subject where Trump wants to be, let's say, controlling the subject. The second one will be the Middle East, and the third one only will be Ukraine. And I think he will need to explore the situation as it is. He will send his special envoy to the region to talk to the Russians, talk to the Ukrainians, and to see what are the possibilities. It will be not, in my eyes, a short-term solution. It will be not done in 24 hours, forget about. It will be more in the medium term to find, let's say, points where Ukrainians and Russians could meet for at least for a ceasefire, and in the light of a ceasefire, then to negotiate.
That's right. The world is closely watching the lead up to Trump administration 2.0. And thank you so much for joining us for this conversation and sharing your perspective with us.
Pleasure as always.